Hello, Vengeance are here. I'm back in Black Desert. I was going to, I had a whole plan about what I was gonna do. I've been doing some processing. I was gonna record some videos, but I know it was a maintenance again this morning. It's 9:24 a.m. Central right now where I'm at. And there's nobody on. What happened, BDO? Fishing NPC. That's a little off, dude. You're gathering water. Water scooping on fishing. There's 3 people in Heidel. I was gonna process all my mats. Oh, my bad. There's 4. And AFK horse trainers. Yeah, I was gonna process all of my materials and then work on my plan. But I think we're gonna go to Velia. What happened to all the player base? I wasn't offline that long. I know I got busy and I had some stuff that I had to take care of. But what happened? Oh, there's a guy, AFK, probably disconnected, so he's just not even horse training. We're gonna have to turn off auto sprint because for some reason it still can't figure out how to turn corners while auto sprinting after all these years. But what is happening, Pearl Abyss? What are you doing? Have you finally bled enough players that it's just gone? I asked in my guild what happened to everyone, and the guild leader said they're gone. They got raptured. So I don't know. I've been offline for a while. This is probably the first. Like, I logged in after maintenance to make sure the game would load before recording, and then I logged in now, and it's just like the first time I've logged in like a couple of weeks, or a week at least. I mean, even the login rewards from this past time, like, I haven't collected anything. I have not been online because I have been too busy to even play anything. But there's no one here. Even in Velia, I see 2 people around the storage. There's usually a boatload of people here. There's 1. There's horses, but there's no players. Where's everybody at? Is Velia Beach here still crowded, or... It's not too bad. I guess everybody's just AFK fishing here. Is it a fishing event? Like... There's one of my guildies standing there AFK, not fishing. I don't know what's going on. Let me know what is happening with Black Desert. Is it worth still playing full time? Is it worth pushing? Like, I know there's not really much actively to do, but I play Black Desert very differently than everyone else. I don't actively grind. I never have actively grinded that much. I mean, okay, let's give some numbers. 43,257 hours, and I started the game in 2017, January 2017, I think it was. Maybe a little later than that, but I think it was January. And I've played mostly on the wizard. I have a few hours on other characters like alts and stuff for doing the season rewards and things, but I don't have that many characters. So there's those. Now let's go look at numbers. Total 1 million monsters defeated over the course of 8 years. 585,000 fished items, only 5 million loots, and looted weight. So there you have it, and there's the playtime. I guess I've been online for almost 4 hours. That's because I set it up this morning, left it horse training a little bit, and then came back and started processing while I went and did work. But yeah, the character that I'm on is 1792 out of total playtime 1808. So total of 10 days spent across alts. The rest of it is on the mage here, the wizard. And there's my total numbers. So I don't grind. The most of the time, the grinding that I did was spent for treasure items. So I play BDO very differently. I like the life skilling. I like the worker management. I like my worker empire. I like the trade crates, some of the bartering stuff, processing. I created a small trade empire. Granted, it could be more efficient. It could be better, but I kind of just have stuff thrown up here and there, all over the place. Probably should have that linked, so these two are linked together. Only takes 1 point to link them. I think I pulled all the extra points I could out whenever I was looking for contribution, but they've since reworked a lot of the contributions. I have 22 points floating around, and my plan was to start mass cooking again with the billions in resources that I have. My idle storage alone has 120 billion worth of crap in it. My central market has 92. I got about 92 liquid. 92 billion liquid silver. Still got the hammers. I've got all this crap floating around just from not playing, but millions of resources. 1.1 million. It won't show me. I'd have to go to storage, but 1.1 million pumpkins. I mean, that's just the pumpkins. If you look at the chicken meat,
There are not
I
many people who
see
can
it.
agree to
1.2 million
have
chicken
lives
meat.
like this.
Wheat, 1.8 million. Barley, 944,000. 842,000 potatoes. I've got so many resources just from different things. I mean, 876,000 ash sap. I don't even know what to do with some of this stuff. It's been a while since I've done anything. 719,000 eggs. I've been collecting water recently. 586,000 paprika. But anyway, the resource stuff aside, I was going to start using all these resources, especially the chicken meat, to just cook grilled chicken. Grilled bird meat. And the reason being, I was just going to stockpile witches' delicacies. Mastery cook it. It doesn't matter how long it takes. So I was just going to cook until I had over 500 contribution points and just keep pushing and keep cooking. And that's what I was going to do for the foreseeable future until I could rework my node system. And create an actual trade empire, and that was my idea for content. That's what I was gonna do. That's what I was gonna record. Do some reworking on most of my nodes. My trade crate empire, I currently am okay with. I don't even know what is still going here. The trash crates, the wheat crates. My workers here they're okay. I have one giant that is gathering stuff, but my goblin workforce, this guy's also gathering things. He needs to be redone, but my actual crate production, mostly is okay. Like this guy here, he's got Thrifty A, Thrifty B, and Thrifty C. And then I was reworking him. He's got advanced ore packing and advanced mushroom packing, and advanced fish packing. I was just re-rolling his skills whenever he hit 100% experience. to maybe get, like the rest of the advanced packing skills, like crop packing, timber packing. This guy is my best worker, I would say, by far. He has all the advanced packings, so he can do 3 crates at a time. He has all 3 thrifties, so he can return materials when he's doing it. I want all my workers over here to look like this. He's very fast because he's goblin. This is how my Valencia worker trade crate workers are, and I have all my trade crates in Valencia. So the other idea would be to eventually rework my node system to be more efficient, so I don't have any just wasted points out there, and then dump the rest of my points that I have left over, my contribution points, into Grana to set up another trade production and start working on the workers over there. And see, this one's got Thrifty B and Thrifty C, and Advanced Timber and Ore Packing and Produce Packing, but missing Thrifty A, so that's what I was re-rolling on him for, which he's at 100% experience, so why not? We got, life doesn't matter so much. General knowledge is kind of junky. So we just re-roll till he's out of experience, or I get the skill that I want. Which probably isn't going to happen. No, see, he's donezo. This guy, we can re-roll a skill. I don't really know what he needs, but we got work speed. Movement speed is kind of irrelevant, so we'll keep the work speeds and re-roll this. Lucky guy, doesn't really matter. We were looking for those advanced packing. Armor production. I don't really use that, but, it's better than what he had. This guy, I don't need to re-roll. He pretty much has everything. This guy needs to be upgraded before we start re-rolling skills. This one is not too far off as well. He still needs Thrifty B. Tool work speed, I think. No, workshop maybe. Weapon / armor work speed or tool work speed. Either one doesn't matter. We don't need either of them. Advanced life. Advanced armor. Okay, sure. Mastery. No, I want Thrifty B. Blessed hand. That's not bad. What is your luck at now, dude? 1283. Less than other ones. And he is no, not the good worker. This guy still is not level 40 yet. He's getting there. I use the wheat crates to level them up and get their experience up. And then we re-roll later. This guy's not a very good worker yet. He's got a couple. He's got Thrifty C, and he's got a couple, and Thrifty B, and a couple of the extras. But the rest of these are not very good. So work speed 1, work speed 1.5, node work speed. We'll just get rid of that because he's never going to a node. This is pretty much the life skill in game. Oh, look, we got a produce packing, which is pretty good. Okay. We'll get rid of this. +1 work speed is the lowest. Not too bad, but that's what I usually end up doing. I would like to rework, and all my workers across the thing need to have this done, right? So it's an issue. It's very slow. Let's get the music going back up here. Whoops. I don't think I hit apply on that. No, it took it. So, the whole idea was to just keep managing my network and set up the cooking and just build up resources, build up silver, and build up contribution points, and then rework my thing to have the best profits without touching it much. You know, that's always been my game plan. That's always been my game play loop for me, is how hands off can I be and still make progress. The state of BDO now has really played into that, because I went hard on the fishing. And the last video I made, it was the fishing clothes pen, which took a lot. It took a lot out of me. That wasn't a fun thing. But we did get it, and we already had the fishing chair upgraded, and haven't been fishing since. So there you go. A lot of my other life stuff is, we're getting there. I need to upgrade the pre-owned accessories, but what's the point? I'm already over 2,000 on most life skills. So I don't know, and logging in, seeing the state of the fact that there's just nobody online. Maybe it's because it was in maintenance the last couple of days, but I don't think so. Usually there's people talking in world chat, and there's been like only a handful of, I mean, look, 903, 903, 903, and then the next message was 914, and then there was a few across there, and then there was another 10-minute gap, and then another 6-minute gap. And that never used to be like that. So I don't know what is happening. What's going on with BDO? Is it finally, have people just given up? Is it just that boring that nobody's doing anything, or we're just logging in and fishing and AFKing and then calling it a day? But whether or not there are people in the game doesn't really affect my gameplay much, because I mean, it's mostly a solo game and everything I do is solo. But what's the point if there's no one else online, right? I think there's no game that feels worse than an MMORPG that doesn't have any player base, right? Like the players just stop logging in when there's a mass exodus and the population is falling. It feels really bad. It just feels empty. Maybe it's just me, my mentality or whatever, but something changed. I don't know if it was something the developers did. I don't know if it was something that the streamers pushed. I don't know if it's just me, but it just feels different. I mean, it's the same game, but it's not at the same time. I don't know. I'm not one to do something just for the sake of doing it. So I guess that's what I'm struggling with. A lot of people go and just grind hours and hours just because that's what they've always done, and well, at this point, why would I stop? I don't know. But it's weird. I would, in terms of content in general, let me know if you guys that view my stuff, if you're no longer playing, you don't want to see it, then I don't have a reason to make video videos anymore. But if you do want to see it, that's kind of the general direction that it's gonna probably go. I'm going to work on my node network. I'm going to work on my resources, my management, my workers, and gathering the stuff that I need here and there. Like I'm gonna need a boatload of cooking utensils, and I don't have all the resources I'm gonna need for that. I'm gonna need a bunch of usable scaling. I don't have any. I have plenty of iron and decent amount of polished stone and fire horns, but I don't have any usable scantling, so I'm gonna have to go and cut logs so that I can make the bigger cooking utensils that will allow me to AFK for a bit longer while I and process things while I do other stuff, because I still have a ton of other things going on, which is what I want to talk about for the remainder of this video. I'm gonna set up a little bit of processing here. I'm gonna talk a bit about where I've been, what's been going on, and why I dropped an amnesia video and then disappeared for another week after saying I was back. Well, I am back, and I was gone for 3 weeks, but we've had a lot of farm stuff going on, and right now we're suffering from severe heat. It's in the high 80s on up in the 90s heat-wise, and I'm having a hard time. I haven't lost any animals yet for my farm, but they're struggling. The heat's bad, so I'm having to manage them and refresh their water twice a day and give them all kinds of things. Our goats, they're staying alive. I've been giving them Gatorade. Yes, they like Gatorade. It gives them electrolytes. Rondo, it has what plants to crave. Idiocracy. It reminded me of that. But I've been trying to write some things and take care of myself. Why I dropped Amnesia. I've been wanting to play Amnesia, so I'm going to keep recording it. And it didn't really do well. Nobody really wanted to see it, I guess. But I enjoyed those games, so I'm going to finish it and finish recording it. But I also wanted to bring BDO back, but it's looking like there isn't much of a point. But I dropped Amnesia and then disappeared for another week because I had to have some stuff done. I've been putting off for a long time. So 5-6 years ago, I had a handful of fillings done in my mouth, like the teeth, and they all came out. Like 3 of them came out all at once, all together, and I've been putting it off. And so this week I went and I rectified that situation. It wasn't fun. I'm still kind of sore, but I had to get it fixed. And then we had some other stuff we had to do, so that's why I disappeared. And the wife's work schedule has been crazy, so I just haven't had time to record. So it wasn't like I meant to disappear, but everything hit me at once. And then with the managing, like this morning, I got on here, set up BDO, and then immediately had to run out. And I've been up since 3:30 a.m. So 6.5 hours at this point. I already almost did a day's work before we even hit noon. But our poor goat, I don't know, we gave him vaccine. I guess it upset his stomach, because whenever I went to open everything up, let them out of their overnight buildings, because we have to lock everything up. We have so many coyotes. They have to be locked up at night to keep them safe. He had just soiled himself, the bed, everything. He just crapped everywhere. So here I am out there in the severe humidity trying to give this goat a bath, and boy, he's not cooperative. He's a strong little thing, and he tries to run, and I was trying to hold him with one hand and not get covered in excrement myself, and while also hosing him off. And of course, you know, the water's cold, he doesn't like that. Then I had to clean beds, so I was out there for like a good hour trying to do all that. And then I got all the other birds and goats and stuff that I got to take care of. We got all of our laying hens that aren't laying very well, so we got hit with having to treat them for mites because the wild birds decided they don't want to keep themselves out of our coop. And so now we got a mite infestation that we're trying to deal with, and they're molting, so they're not laying much. It's just one problem after another, you know. Hopefully when I get all this mess sorted that things will be better, but that's where I've been. It's just been a lot. I've been all over the place, back and forth. my time has been filled. It's been sun up to sundown, 5 hours sleep every night. You know, it's been hard, and so the video, there just wasn't time to record. Um, but we're getting there. I am here, and I am around, and I'm looking at comments, even if I haven't had time to reply. I've been taking my time to reply to actually record. So there's that. Uh, Early in the month, the part of the 3 weeks I took off was beginning of the month was my birthday, so I was off for that. Did some family stuff then. I think that's everything. I think that catches everybody up. Anybody that actually cared to listen or watch. I know just not much going on the screen. But there isn't much going on in BDO. I mean, I can look in the map and I see a hand, 4 people, 5 if you count that guy over there, and there's a few more coming on the fish. I see 3 there, 4 there, but it's nothing compared to what it was. So I don't know. I don't know where they all went. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I've been away. I haven't been logging in or playing because I haven't been like here. Been playing Throne of Liberty on the off time with the wife, but it seems that game is crashing now too because of bad decisions. I don't know. There's a lot of people putting out doomer stuff for them. I don't really know. I don't keep up with that too much. I play it when I feel like it. Otherwise I don't. But maybe maybe the time for games is closing. I don't know. It's weird. World's in a weird state of things right now. Anymore though, personally, just for me, the way I feel about it is, I'm having a hard time justifying even like playing any games offline, like not recording for you all, just for myself. It's like I feel like I could be spending the time doing so many other things, and there's always something like more important, and that's kind of what has happened this past month. I don't know. It's something to think about, and you know, I always liked Black Desert because I could. Oh, I have a day where I don't have to do anything. Okay, I can play as much as I want today and make progress. But then if I can't play at all this week, well, I can just horse train or fish or set up and you know, let it AFK or whatever. But most games aren't like that, and if you can't play, you don't make progress. But all that being said, now Black Desert doesn't have much of a reason to progress. You know, you can't trade, you can't help other players with your old equipment. You can't really. There's not a reason to party. I mean, there's a couple of dungeons and a couple of like party grind spots, but other than that, there isn't really much of a reason to party. They even removed the party drop settings on the parties, you know, a while back. So it's very strange. It's almost like they want a solo game with some social aspects. Almost like it's a chat, it's a messenger with the UI being the game, and then it's basically just a messenger. MSN used to be, or something. I don't know. It's makes me wonder where games are going, and I was looking at old games. Maybe I'll just go back to them. That's why I was, before I picked up Amnesia, which is even an old game now. I haven't played it ever, but it's old. The second one, but I don't know if maybe older games had more substance to them, or or if it's me changing. I can't tell. You know, I've reached that point where I can't tell if the problem is with me or the problem is with the products that are being put out. But I think that, and then I look across the board, and it's like everything, quality of everything has went down, but the price of everything has went up. So maybe the inflation stuff is hitting the gaming industry too. You know, like we're paying more for less. But I don't have a reason to grind. You know, with the 310 AP that I have, it's not going to change if I go get 350 AP. The gameplay loop is not going to change really. So if y'all want to go on a journey with me to fix my worker empire, my node network, I mean, I guess there isn't really much of a point to do that either, other than just, you know, to do it. I can record videos here and there on how I do it and the way I'm going about it. But I'll tell you, the first step is going to be a lot of AFK cooking. I need to build up more contribution points. Realistically, I would like 500, 520. I don't think I can get there on the resources that I have, but 550 would be absolutely fantastic. I've already pushed for 640 energy, which now is pretty low. I think it's well over 700 for the max, so that would be good too if you're looking at life skilling. But I have a little bit of unorthodox methods for how I approach things. If you want to see how I approach that, or if you actually want to see it, leave me a comment, because unless I get several, you know, pushing me in that direction, I probably just won't worry about it. I'll play a couple of offline games. I want to finish Amnesias, and I've got several other offline games I can play, single player ones. And then after that, I guess it's farm stuff. You know, I'm working on my camera settings. I've got to find time to sit down and do it, which I still haven't. I just physically haven't had time to do. So I don't know. I get through that. I'll take y'all with me. But if you want to see BDO stuff, you gotta tell me in the comments, because I got no other way of getting feedback. And I think it's a waste of both of our times, me just kind of sitting here recording random crap on a game that a lot of people have deemed dead, you know. And Throne of Liberty is the one that's actively in my sights right now because the wife loves it, and there is no content to be made on Throne of Liberty. The gameplay loop is utterly boring, and there isn't even any video guides really to make, because all the dungeons have been out for a long time, and there's no reason for me to really make a guide on how to do, you know, 6-month-old dungeons. So, you know, I'm not gonna do that. But think about the other one. The other active game that I know a lot about is Last Chaos, but it's so old, most people don't want to watch it either. There's other games that I've never played. OSRS. World of Warcraft, I've never touched that. I'm a little afraid to. But I have been considering maybe just saying screw all of this, and I've already have most of the expansions for Guild Wars 2. Maybe I just force myself back into that, play through that. I don't know what kind of content there is there, or what content creators do for that, but maybe I could stream and do it. I don't know, but I'm back. Is the takeaway for this. I'm back, and if you want to see BDO, let me know. If you don't, that's okay. Let me know too. Whatever you. I'm looking for feedback. I really am, because I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. And recently, I have not liked any of these games that are on the market. I've become very bored with Black Desert, and so I took a big break, and nothing's really changed. It seems like the player base is feeling that way too, and it's gotten worse. There's just nobody online, and so I've been straying away from a lot of these games that are basically dying off. When the population falls below a certain point on these MMORPGs, they're just not fun to play because they're designed to have a huge community, and when that community drops below a certain number, it just becomes not fun. Especially games that are built around dungeon running and stuff. Like if you ever went into an old game and played for a while and tried to do one of the earlier on dungeons when everybody that's left is a veteran, you're not going to get any of those dungeon runs. You're never going to be able to get past that unless you can figure out how to do it yourself, or you can find somebody that is very geared to help you because and just run it for you, because there's just no community, and that sucks, and it feels really, really bad. And if most people are not gonna push through that, they're just gonna log off, and go find something more recent to play. But I don't know. I think we're past the golden age for MMORPG fantasy style games. I think the golden age was 10 to about 15 years ago, and we've been hanging on for the last 10. Black Desert came out on the tail end of the golden age of these type of games, and now it's just most genres that have shifted, taken over, like League of Legends, lobby style games, MOBAs, Fortnite style games, battle royales, that kind of stuff is kind of taken over. And these they're all MMOs, but the RPG style games, like these big fantasy RPG style games, they're just dying off as a genre. It's not just like a problem with, oh, Black Desert's dead, or what are a handful of other ones, New World, DOA, or whatever. It's the whole genre. They're just falling off. People's attention spans are not they're not high enough, and the developers are not listening enough for the types of players that are here now, and most of the player base was, you guys, most of you are what, my age, you're now what, late 20s, early 30s on up, and we were the millennial age when we were in high school, the golden age of these types of games, and now they're having to cater to a younger age, less attention span, and they're not catering to us anymore, and so it's fallen off. And if they're not going to listen and build a game for us, then why spend our time here? But I've been relatively bored. That's not to say that it's still not a good game, but it's just hasn't been for me recently, and I've found myself finding other more productive things to do that always take precedence versus logging in and playing, and so that's where the content went. It just isn't there because I haven't been recording, haven't had time to, but I want to, and if the want is still there, the demand is still there, I mean, I'll push and do a few things here and there, but I'm not going to just play because I want to right now. I had the urge to log in. I logged in, looked around, saw there was no population, and that urge to play immediately went. So, it just dumpstered. I don't want to run around an open world by myself. If I'm going to do that, then I'm going to go play a single player game that was designed for that. I don't want to have to deal with multiplayer systems as a single player. That doesn't feel good. That's not fun, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So moving forward, there are titles that I can play that are offline, and I may shift over to just not playing anything. I don't know. We'll see where it takes us, but I'm in a channel transition period right now because I have to be. The game kind of dried up. The community kind of fell apart. I mean, there's still it doesn't matter if there's 10,000 people playing Black Desert right now or not. It doesn't matter if there's 20,000. If I log on and I see no one anywhere, and the messages in World Chat are like 10 to 15 minutes apart, game is slow, and that doesn't feel good, and that doesn't make me want to play. So I just don't. I guess that's my long-winded kind of way of saying it. Looking at it from a realistic standpoint, just only looking at what I see, you know, and not going the whole doomer route, oh, game's dead or whatever, but what I see, I don't see anybody online, and I don't see anybody talking in World Chat, really. There's been a handful of messages here and there, but, you know, it's what, 10:04? The last message was at 9:59, so that's crazy long for a populated MMORPG server chat, you know. 5 minutes between messages is quite a long time. And like I said, it was 10 minutes or longer earlier before I started recording, so it's just, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Our fun times have dried up. That's what happened. But we'll move on. We'll recover. Heck, maybe I'll just maybe it'll devolve down to doing old games from my childhood. You know, that's always fun. I like the NES and SNES games. Super Nintendo was such a good console. We played a lot of Pokemon when I was a kid. Maybe I'll devolve into that. Who knows? I don't want to be a PokeTuber. Please don't. Please don't make me. But no, we'll survive. We'll keep going. But I appreciate all of you that have stuck around. Even though our little community has kind of dried up a bit, but from my experience, we look at the things the way they are, and then we just react accordingly. I'm not going to worry about dooming and glooming. I'm not going to worry about where I go next. I'm just going to kind of do things. So if y'all want to see how I rework my node network, then I'll get to work on it, and I'll record bits here and there, and we'll move forward with that. If y'all don't, then I'm going to move on to something else. But I'm going to have more Amnesia coming out as soon as I can get it recorded. I want to try and record some today. We'll see how this afternoon goes. It's supposed to... I've got a lot of things I got to do away from the computer, so I'll try and carve some time out for y'all. If you don't see it for a little bit, I apologize. If you do, great, then I got it done. But y'all have a good day, and what is today? Friday? Yeah, it's Friday, so have a good weekend. And hopefully I see you in the next few days in some scary game videos. But as always, I appreciate you all, and until next time.